In America, we have a big issue that I think it's a big issue. It's a very heated debate right now, and it has been for a few years, but it's starting to really pick up a lot of media attention, especially in Washington, and it's gay marriage. And I personally think that gay marriage should eventually become legal throughout all of the United States and not just in the few states that it's currently legal in. And many other countries are much more accepting. I know that England has a much more accepting policy on gay marriage and not just civil unions, but actually letting two people of the same gender get married. And this is a problem that we have because we don't allow it, and it's kind of an issue of equality. And America was built on the thought of equality for everyone. All men are created equal is one of the first things written in the Constitution, and that's a big argument towards allowing the legalization of marriage and the passing of the law that will make it legal. Imagine if you're not. Imagine if you were gay and you wanted to get married to someone. If you were with them for years and you love them and you know that that's who you want to be with, but then you can't get married to them and they are suddenly in the hospital and you're not allowed to see them because you only have a civil union. There are many issues like this that come with just being able to have a civil union if you're in a same-sex relationship. And I think at this point in America's progression towards complete equality that we should accept everyone and we should make it legal and we should not condemn people for whether you think it's a choice or not. We shouldn't condemn people for their choices because we have freedom of religion. We have gotten past all the civil rights problems with letting black people vote and everything like that, and letting women vote. Everything is equal now except for this one thing. And generally people started to agree that it's not a choice and that there's some scientific evidence towards it being something you're just born with, something in your brain where you are not attracted to the opposite gender, whether you think that's how it should be or not. Sometimes it just happens. And I think a big way to start towards it becoming legal throughout the entire United States would be starting out smaller and not just going straight for complete equality, complete marriage, because people that are against it aren't going to accept that. They need to start smaller and start with just specific individual states all around accepting it and then seeing how it works out for everyone. And I think we need to separate religion from marriage in terms of how it works in the law, because a lot of people that are against it generally are conservatives and Republicans, and most of them are Christians in America. And that's the big issue, is that Christianity generally doesn't support it. Catholicism doesn't support gay marriage. People who are Mormons aren't allowed to be gay. And I know that every time a bill comes up for allowing gay marriage in the United States, it's just shot down because it's too big of a jump for a lot of people. A lot of people that are approving and rejecting laws are older and more set in their ways of only heterosexuality being okay. So I feel like we need to start smaller and get more people for it, like publicly for it, because we have some celebrities that are gay, some that have friends that are gay and support it, but we need more people to influence the higher ups in Washington. None of the ones that are approving these laws and things like that. And I know that the states that have it legalized don't necessarily have marriage legal. And those are, we have civil unions where you can sign and that you're technically in a partnership with somebody for your life, but that is the main problem, is that you aren't married, so you don't have a lot of the actual perks of being married and the things that go with it, like being able to buy a house together and being listed as married and being able to see your significant other or your spouse if they're sick in the hospital and having full rights to if there was some kind of crisis to happen, that you would have full rights to their things if they don't have a will, that kind of thing. Those are all issues in civil unions versus marriage thing. And basically, if we start smaller, if we take advice from people who are trying to say that we need to make it smaller and look at the states that have done it and see how they got it done. Granted, those are generally more accepting states, but if we look at them and see what they did and how they presented it to the lawmakers, then hopefully eventually every state will have it legal, and then hopefully Washington will look at it and make it a federal law, because it doesn't really matter that much until it's federally legal. And I think that'll help a lot with America, because we claim to be all for equality and for following Christian views, which are love thy neighbor and all these things, but until we actually do something where we accept everyone and let them do what they want and be who they are without hurting other people, obviously, then I don't think we can consider ourselves land of the free, home of the brave.